Hi everyone, this is Stephanie from American Medical, the Oxygen Concentrator store, and today we're going to talk about traveling with your oxygen concentrator. So if you've been inside all winter like us here in Colorado, it is time to get ready for the spring and summertime and time to get ready to travel. So we want to make sure you're prepared whether you're going on a road trip, maybe taking a cruise, going on a vacation. We want to make sure you're absolutely ready and prepared to travel, have a good time, and make sure that you're ready with your oxygen concentrator. So as a safety measure, we recommend that you test your portable concentrator and batteries about 2 months before your trip. That makes sure that everything is working correctly, batteries are charging, and the machine is pumping out the oxygen like it should. If it doesn't, you can certainly give us a call. That gives us enough time to send you what you need or even get you set up with a rental of a portable concentrator for your trip. All right, so if you are traveling by plane, there's a few things that you need to know when you travel with your oxygen concentrator. The first is that the FAA requires a letter from your physician or doctor's office saying that you do need medical grade oxygen. So you want to make sure you have that with you when you get to the airport. The second thing that you want to know is you want to call the airline and let them know that you're going to be traveling with a portable oxygen concentrator. Most airlines let you use the one that you have, but some do require you to use the one that they have on board. So if that's the case, you want to get all the details ironed out so your traveling day is nice and smooth. Another thing to make sure that you plan for when you are flying by plane with a portable concentrator is your battery life. So most airlines require you to have 150% of battery life versus your flight time. So for example, if you had a 3-hour flight, most airlines are going to require you to have at least 4.5 hours of battery life with you on the flight. So an easy way to make this calculation, we're going to do some portable concentrator math here, is if you've got a 3-hour flight, so you're going to take the amount of your flight, 3 times it by 1.5, you get 4.5. That's how many hours of battery life that you need to concentrator. But remember to check in with your airline because some airlines are different. We do also have to warn you about Onboard AC Power. So a lot of airlines in planes these days have an AC outlet where you can plug in your phone or your laptop or whatever else you brought. These are generally not designed to power your portable oxygen concentrator. So we recommend you still bring the batteries that you need to cover the FAA's regulation to be flying with your portable oxygen concentrator. And most airlines still require you to have the right amount of battery life, even if they have an AC outlet available. Another thing to remember is that if you're traveling with multiple batteries, please pack them in your carry-on. What you don't want to do is put those under the plane and then realize you need more batteries. So we want to make sure that you put your portable concentrator, all the accessories, and all the batteries with you with your checked-on luggage. And last thing to remember is once you land, make sure that you are taking the time to recharge your batteries if you have the time to do so. So in between flights, if you've got a layover or if you land and you're in the airport and you're waiting for your luggage, plug that machine in, get those batteries recharged so that way you have more than enough battery time to cover you for your entire travel day. And remember, if you're traveling internationally, you will need most likely a different prong to plug into the wall. So make sure you're covered with that. Most portable oxygen concentrators will go from 110 volt to all the way up to 240, so you won't need a converter, but you will need a different prong to connect it to the wall. Okay, so now we're going to talk about traveling in a car or an RV. So remember those good old days when you used to take an RV trip and you would go to Yellowstone or the Grand Canyon or the big city. You had a nice big long road trip. The good thing is with portable oxygen concentrators, you can still take those trips and relive those memories. Portable oxygen concentrators can work off the DC power in your car. So they all have a plug that connects to the machine and then plugs into the cigarette lighter in your car or RV. We recommend that you try out your portable oxygen concentrator 1 to 2 months before you travel with it in the car. We want to make sure that your car powers the oxygen concentrator, is charging the battery, and everything works like it should. We have heard stories of some oxygen concentrators draining the battery on your car. So typically this happens if you're using a continuous flow portable concentrator, but we definitely recommend before your trip, turn on the car, plug in the concentrator, make sure everything works properly, you're not draining the battery, and your car can properly charge your portable concentrator. We also recommend that you have more than one battery when traveling in your car or RV. So packing multiple batteries just gives you peace of mind, keeps you covered for anything that might happen, and don't forget all of your other portable oxygen accessories as well. Okay, and just a note for you MacGyver types out there, if you have put a 110 outlet in your car and are trying to run not a portable but a stationary concentrator out of that, we do not recommend this. This will drain your car power very, very fast. So make sure that you're using a portable concentrator with a DC outlet. Okay, lastly, we're going to talk about cruising, my favorite type of vacation. So if you are cruising this summer with oxygen, make sure that you check with your cruise line's onboard oxygen policy. You can usually find all the information you need on the cruise line's website. You just want to look under the Travelers with Disabilities page. And while some cruise lines are very relaxed about traveling with oxygen, others are not, so make sure you get all of that information. They may require a doctor's prescription or medical order for oxygen and some details about your diagnosis. So just like at home, you can plug in your portable oxygen concentrator to any available outlet on the cruise ship. You'll have some in your cabin, you'll have some out and about when you're walking around. If you're dining, you can also request to be seated near an outlet, so that way you can plug in and charge up while you're enjoying your meal. Same thing if you're doing any sort of onboard entertainment or if you're doing any onshore excursions. So another thing to think about is if you are cruising internationally, make sure that, again, you do have that prong adapter that's going to fit with the country that you're in. You don't need a converter because remember, these machines do 110 volt up to 240, but you will need a different prong so that you can plug into the wall. To make sure that your offshore excursions are appropriate, make sure you're speaking to an experienced staff member about what the excursion entails. So just because the online rating of an excursion says it's easy, it may not be for someone using oxygen. So some things that you want to consider and make sure you ask about are exactly how long you're going to be away from the power source. With that in mind, you want to make sure that you've got enough battery power with your particular machine and you have enough time to stop and recharge if you need to. So the good news is with your portable oxygen concentrator, you can absolutely enjoy everything a cruise has to offer and still get that active, enjoyable lifestyle even though you've got additional oxygen support. All right, everyone, I hope you found this video helpful and I hope it's getting you excited for the travel season. We would absolutely love to see your photos, videos, anything you're doing out and about while you're using your oxygen. Please join our online Facebook community. All you have to do is find our page, click join, and we will accept you as soon as we can so that way you can start sharing your stories with us. And thank you so much. I hope you guys all have a wonderful travel season.